Shalom. How would you describe yourself? As a person which is deep, a person which is essential, or as a superficial person? Well, when the Torah describes Noach, it says about Noach, tzaddik, ish tzaddik, he was a righteous man, tamim, sincere, bedorotav, in his generation. On the other hand, the forefather of our nation, Avraham Avinu, Abraham, is not described. Right away, the only thing we know, Vayomer Hashem el Avram, and God spoke to Abraham and told him, Lech lecha, go to yourself, go to the land I'm going to show you. Abraham doesn't ask any questions, he just starts going. He leaves the house of his father, the birthplace, his land, and he goes to no man's land, to a land that he doesn't know. And now he arrives in Israel. God tests him. There's a famine. He doesn't ask questions. Goes down to Egypt. His wife gets taken. He doesn't ask questions again. And he leaves. Goes back to Israel. Nimrod, the superpower at the time, wants to make him bow to him. And he says no. He throws him in the furnace. Avraham miraculously is saved. But he was ready to give his life for God. At 99, God says, I want you to perform a brit milah. I want you to perform a circumcision. Avraham doesn't ask any more questions. Finally, after 9 tests, God says, please, I ask you one more test. Take your son, bring him up to Mount Moriah on the altar, and bring him up to me. Velech lecha. And you will go for yourself. Again, he uses the same expression of go for yourself to the land of Moriah. Why? It wasn't enough, God. Everything that Abraham did, he was ready to give his life for you. Well, actually, God asks a little bit more from us. It's true that Abraham, on the morning that he took his son to sacrifice him, he could have asked questions. He didn't. He just went. But yesterday, God, you just told me this is my offspring. From him, I'm going to be a nation. He didn't ask any questions. He just went. Ayin b'marbocha v'lev sameach. A tearing eye, but a very happy heart, doing the will of God. And he went on his way. Why? Because sacrificing himself and dying for God, this would be in the nature of Avraham. Ish Chesed, what was the mission of Avraham? To give himself to God, to spread God's name. If I have to die for him, I'll die for him as well. But here, to do something which is opposite his nature. When all the idol worshippers were offering their children, he didn't ask any questions, and he went against his nature. He did an act of gvura, of severity. By doing so, he showed that what he's doing is not because it just flows naturally out of him. He's able to go above and beyond his nature in order to serve God. So this is the question. Are you a person which is deep? Do you want a relationship with God? If you want a relationship with God, it has nothing to do with titles. It has nothing to do with something which is superficial. It has to do with not only doing what you're good at, but actually going against and above your nature. Next time you have a dispute with somebody, an argument, and you're able to control your mouth. Next time you want to say something negative about somebody else, and you say something positive instead, or you just close your mouth. Next time you're walking in the street and there's something improper and you turn your eyes away, you are becoming essential. You are becoming true and deep, and you are becoming attached to your forefather Avraham. Shabbat Shalom.